That's a nice one. What do you think, LJ? Little Jeff, everybody, behind the microphone today. Oh, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Reverend Guitar Circle R Ranch. I'm Ken. I'm here this morning with Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Here he is, Jeff manning the microphone and the camera and the computer this morning. Boy, I've got these. These are beauties. These exploded on my Instagram page this morning, Jeff. I kid you not. I took some goofy pictures of these out next to a leaf pile. Because, I don't know, they remind me of fall. I think it's the rosewood. But this is satin transparent white over Carina. And you kind of got to get in there to see the grain. It's kind of a subtle thing. How's it look there, Jeff? Kind of hard to...
I can see it. But
Yeah. Kind of hard to pick up on the camera.
Yeah, most likely.
We're getting some absolutely beautiful, nice, dark, and yet still slightly figured Indian rosewood. I thought it'd be fun to show off the Eastsiders. It's been a minute. So the Eastsider S, of course, has the Wilkinson VS50 trim on it, which we set up to perfection here at the Circle R Ranch, so you can bend and trill away, and the guitars stay in tune. That bridge pickup, mounted directly into the body, it doesn't really take it all the way to P90 territory, but it does add some lower mids to the sort of emphasis of the bridge alone, as opposed to the T, which is more of an upper mid thing, you know, hence the twang. But it still has plenty of twang. I am plugged straight into the car Rambler. We are running that in pentode mode at its full 22 watt capacity. There's a little bit of slapback. I can turn that off, give you some of the reverb from the car. Not that this is a car demo show, but it might as well be, right? Am I right? We're big fans of car amps here at Reverend. Listen to that lushness. enough of that. I'm just here having fun. Hope you guys don't mind. You get into position 2, you get a little bit of that quack that's associated with 3 pickup single coil guitars. There it is. And then you can go right to that neck position to do the thingamabob. The thingamabob, you know what that is?
The bob?
Yes, position 2. It's magical. Position 3, that middle one alone. Little bite. Position 4, another favorite of Mr. Knopfler. Boy, that was a weird resolve. And then that neck. Little bit of overdrive from Mr. Charlie down here. Well, there's all 5 of those. Well, you know what? Let's go right A-B to the traditional split. You ready?
Yeah.
You pull up the pot here on the S, and you get the bridge neck together, which is a sound, right? We turn off that. The bridge neck together is a combination that you hear on chording on a lot of classic recordings and such. So there's the bridge neck with that pot pulled. Let's go to the bridge neck on the T. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eastsider T, transparent white, with the bridge neck position. So this is the same bridge pickup and a slightly different neck pickup. But the neck pickup on this guitar has a little bit more oomph than on a traditional T-style guitar, so that it does balance well. But I mean, it's great how much that S really gets this tone with the bridge and neck on at the same time. It's a little bit brighter here, but then the bridge is quite a bit brighter here. Like I was saying, the emphasis is more on the upper mid as opposed to sort of the lower mid-range with the bridge only on this. Let's go back. I'm going to try and do a proper demo here.
Here you go,
Jeff.
yeah.
Right? I mean, the bottom line is, if you really want that T-style twang, but you want all these options, there's not one guitar that does everything. No matter how many times guys in this business try to invent the one guitar that does everything. Some things just, right, stand alone. I mean, the bridge sound in this style bridge does its own thing. It's its own frequency range, and I think that's one of the reasons why our crosscut guitar is so popular too. There's like a bright thing that happens with it that you just don't get anywhere else.
There it is. Well, that's our show.
Too bad Greg wasn't here to do that instead of me. Because, like, I do that, but then Greg does the same thing, but he does it with, like, a whole lot more notes, and
Yeah.
it sounds way better.
And he'll sing over it, too.
And he will. And I'd like, okay, hey, everybody, what is it? Tony Pacos. That's my Greg impersonation. It's a pretty good one.
Better.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it, as he would say. Nothing wrong with it. Bridge alone. In case you didn't get enough. Bridge middle. And that neck. As you can see, we really, I mean, Joe took great pains with the Alnico pickups, the Salnico and Talnico as we refer to them, to have things balance well and to have a really, really usable neck pickup sound in the T-style guitar was something that Pete really felt very strongly about and specified. And because you often see guys doing mods to T-style guitars where they put a Strat pickup in the neck or a humbucker in the neck or a P90 in the neck, which we do on those Wildwood guitars, which sounds cool. But these things stand alone, man. They're great. Put a little overdrive. And then on the fancy push-pull on this one is the out-of-phase thing. That's fun. Eastsiders, satin transparent white, Carina looking gorgeous, roasted maple neck, nice rosewood boards. These are special. They're chambered kind of deep around the neck pocket, so they're all very, very resonant. They're all very, very lightweight. 7 pounds, 6 ounces. That one's probably 7 pounds, 8 ounces. You gain a little bit because of the trem block. This one's still really light. And this one's maybe 710. You gain a little bit because of the trem block, but then you also lose a little bit because they took a lot of the wood out from around there. You gain a little bit of resonance with the S style too because of the trem and the body vibrating a little bit more because of all the wood being removed. And that's another reason why the T is just a little bit punchier and really more noticeable in the bridge position. Man, I talk a lot, don't I, Jeff? Mm-hmm. That's it. I'm done talking. Does anybody have any questions for me about these beautiful Eastsiders? Did anybody miss me while we were gone? Penny and I were supposed to go live last week from the Philly Guitar Show, and we forgot a microphone.
Oh, no.
And we were on setup day on Friday. We were right inside the big overhead door, like right there. And people were coming in and out, and it was loud as hell, and the wind was kicking, and leaves were blowing in, and it was mayhem. You know, the curtain wall behind the booth, like sort of a pipe and drape situation, fell on the display.
Perfect.
And it landed, it hit the back of our stance that we have on the tables, and they didn't go over somehow. But I mean, we turned around and all of that stuff was laying on the back of our stance, a massive heart in mouth moment. But no, it was all good. I had these two beauties with me last week at the Philly show, so if you did stop by there, these are the two that were with me there, and yeah, they're too cool. They're gonna look really, really nice in my collection.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought it was
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
Just kidding.
Chris Van Sickle does have a specific question about the guitars in your hands.
Awesome.
He would ask if you could please explain the importance of the sound chambers.
That is, well, okay, so it's a twofold thing, but a lot of it is weight relief because of giant slab of even Carina, we like to keep things in that high 6 to low 8 pound range, depending on the model, of course. And we like these things to be in the mid 7s, so the chambering does some weight relief. But also, normally in T-style guitars, I'm not going to say normally. Let's go with traditionally. Guys, when manufacturers go semi-hollow on this style of guitar, they remove wood here in the upper area. And what you're doing is you're taking wood away from around the bridge. And you end up making a guitar that is already bright and thin sounding even brighter and thinner. And you lose a lot of that initial punch that you expect to hear from a T-style guitar, which is fine if that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? But it no longer really does the telly thing once you've done that. And so our response to that, Joe's response to that, was the Club King. By actually making the body larger but leaving the bolt-on maple neck, you can get that bright spank and snap of having the bolt-on maple neck while also having the fullness of a semi-hollow, because we made the body bigger and put the spruce top on it. So when it comes to these guitars, we've chambered them underneath of the pickguard, and it goes pretty deep around the neck joint and also sort of around the bend here, so that the body and the neck resonate freely together. And it gives you a little bit of the openness associated with having a semi-hollow without sacrificing any of the bite and the snap from having all that wood around the bridge. And this came about, interestingly, through Joe and I playing a whole lot of, can I say Fender? Is that a thing?
Sure.
Can I say it? I can say anything,
It's
right?
just a word.
We played a whole lot of American standard guitars from the late 80s and early 90s. And the Strat in particular is one of my favorite guitars. I have a couple of them. In 94 and 95, they did them with matching headstocks, and I thought that those were like the coolest back then. And I have a surf green one, and I had an Olympic white one. All those guitars had swimming pool routes. And Joe and I are of the opinion that those are some of the best sounding Strats ever made, with those swimming pools, as opposed to sort of the solid thing, because you get just that little bit of extra resonance from having that wood removed around the neck joint. And so with that idea in our, and it's funny because that, of course, you know, Fender guys were like, can't have the swimming pool route. And it's, why not? Sounds good. And that's what we should, you know, that's what we've always tried to base our stuff on, is like a sound that we like or that we're going for. So that idea sort of influenced us into going forward with this, if you can dig it. I answered your question with too many words. I'm famous for that.
Yeah, short story long, man. Well, simply 314-159-2654 wants to know if the Rick Vito guitar will be back.
It will.
Yes.
Should we say anything more about it, or
That's
should we just
entirely
say it
up to
will?
you, my friend. It will.
The new Rick Vito model will be out in 2023. It is in production.
It's pretty bad to the bone, too.
It's bad to the bone. You know what we did?
I know
we
what
took.
we did.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you do know. You know exactly what we did. Let's just say we took features of all of the prior models, plus some of the production models that he liked, and we put them all in one guitar, and it's pretty dope. You're gonna like it. I like it.
I like it as well.
Yes. Yes.
Nick Handley.
Hey,
says-
Nick, how you doing, bud? Good to see you last Saturday, whenever it was that we saw you. Good to see you in City.
Well, oh gosh, what's happening? He wants to know what the guitar all the way on the right is. Charger HB?
Oh, that's in the shot then.
No, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is my modified Charger HB. We did some color samples for the root beer sparkle that is on the Mike Watt guitars. And instead of just having little swatches going around back and forth, I had some bodies done. As you can see, that one's got a slight burst to it, which Mike did not prefer. And so as we went into production with the Watt Power bass, we went with a full sort of deep, dark brown color with the gold flake. Whereas that one's got a slight burst with the gold flake over the top of it. And I put Reeves Cabral's pickups in it because they're cool. and that brushed nickel looks super sweet with the brown and that little bit of gold flake hanging out on there. So that is the house, one of the house pickup testers, Charger HB with RG pickups in it. Can you dig it? You want me to bring? I'll bring that to Philly next year, Nick.
Okay.
If you want to check it out, buddy.
So Ryan Sloan has a railhammer question.
Okay, Ryan. I love
He
railhammer
says,
questions.
which hum cutters would you recommend for an X-style guitar that I want to play heavy rock with?
X style?
EX style? I don't know.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Let's go. You gotta go heavy 90. I mean,
Sure.
the heavy 90 bridge is, it's the greatest and most underrated metal pickup there is.
And that's the highest output hum cutter.
It
as
is,
well, right?
and it really just. But you don't I'm like, it rocks.
Yeah, I've got them in all my guitars.
Yeah, and you can play with copious amounts of gain, and it holds it tight. But I mean, it sounds like a rock pickup, you know. But yet it has that. It's got a super focused mid range, you know, like a hot P90 would, but you don't have the noise, and so it's just a great all around rock pickup. And I would go with a heavy 90 in the bridge, and then maybe Billy Corgan in the neck, or even the Nuevo 90 in the neck. Yes, indeed, can't go wrong. Big announcement coming from Railhammer December 2nd. I wonder what that's going to be.
I have no idea.
It has something to do with hum cutters too, I think.
Sassy Cat
Sassy Cat.
just simply says, next episode for the Ken and Greg show?
Oh yeah.
That's more of a me question, I suppose.
That is a little Jeff question. LJ.
LJ. Soon.
Soon.
Got a lot of videos on the dockets.
Yeah, there's a lot of because you're processing videos from Andy Irvine, right? You got plenty of those.
Plenty.
And then Ken and Greg show, we only did like 4 episodes this time.
Shorter one.
Yeah,
The promo's out for it. which
Promo's
Greg-
out for it, and you're
Greg
working.
eloquently explains via song
Yes.
the short nature of the season.
Yes. Yeah. Cool.
It's all laid out.
Well, yeah. Stay tuned. They're coming. He's working as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got another one from Simply and a bunch of numbers. Any news on the return of the Manta Ray HB or something along those lines?
We are working on that diligently. Mr. Naylor is actually in his lab, doors locked. There's some smelling smoke coming out from underneath the door.
Weird.
I don't know. I know it's very
Has
odd.
anybody checked on it?
I think Kristen checks on it
Okay,
regularly,
that's
and but I know that there's stuff flying around. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet. It's going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
Reverend is going to be sponsoring the This Is Not Croydon Fest in Philly. Speaking of Nick Handy, I don't think I'm going to be able to be there, Nick, but that festival that you came to see the Traders at last year, where Reverend is taking a little bit more active role in that.
Traders aren't playing?
There's a lot of we'll be doing it hopefully in 24, but in 23 we have a couple of Reverend bands, the Hub City Stompers, and the what's that called? Faintest Idea.
Oh, yes.
I love that. They're a great band name. They're coming over from the UK, and they'll be playing Reverends on their US tour, and they'll both be playing at that festival next year. So festival organizers reached out to me, and I'm a team player, right? Happy to support the ska in all forms. What do we got coming up? Sure, I can answer that question.
Yeah, what do you got coming up, Ken?
Tonight, the Zimmerman twins are playing with the Matt Truman Ego Trip at the Village Idiot in Maumee, Ohio. Always a good time.
Good pizza. Good beer.
Great pizza, great beer. What do they say on their pizza boxes? Live pizza,
Good.
great music, or something like
Something
that.
along-
Anyway,
That makes too much sense.
yeah,
Something. Yeah.
right, yeah, and then
Live pizza.
something like that. I know that Blue Oyster Cult is out doing shows. I was invited to go see them in Marietta, Ohio next week, but I cannot because I will be attending a wedding out on Long Island. But
Say Long Island.
I did Long Island, and then Daniel Miranda from Blue Oyster Cult just got his decision bass and natural, and he's really excited about it. And took it straight to the stage last night. To what I understand was much applause and fanfare.
For the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might probably just a coincidence that Buck Dharma walked out on stage along with the bass,
yeah,
but
no.
I
We just put out a demo video of the decision in Natural.
Nice.
Yes.
So those guys are out doing shows. If you want to see some Reverend action, there's so many cool things going on. And the Specialized Festival was just last weekend over in the UK, and the Rude Girl Review was over there in the UK. There's a bunch of videos of that out online. You can check that out anywhere you like. The Bluestones have just kicked off a tour of Canada with their new record release and new video out now, and I post about them a lot on my Instagram page. I think Petty probably posts about what's going on with those guys a little bit on our Facebook too. If you're not familiar with the Bluestones, check it out. Tarek absolutely destroys on a roundhouse, so that's a lot of fun. He's got some Railhammer equipped roundhouses he's out on tour with.
There's Warhawks too, right?
Warhawk too, Railhammer equipped Warhawks and Silverburst. Really super cool band, super good guy. This weekend in particular, 2 Reverend bands are doing Canada. London, Toronto, and Montreal, I think. Mustard Plug out with Big D and the Kids Table. They're doing 3 big shows in Canada this weekend, so that's happening. And then December 4th here in Toledo, of course, Jay Navarro and the Traders will be playing with DJ Dave Kevin Adam and Take Weight and the Lazy American Workers. Bunch of Reverend bands on that bill. That'll be fun. I'll be here to talk about that before it happens for sure. And yeah, so there's a lot of things happening in the Reverend world. People are still pushing the live thing, which is awesome. So, and of course, the Philly show was a blast. Gil Paris did an absolutely killer job. Gil and Jesse got up and did a number. It was amazing. And then Rudy Boy Harmilo came out from Albuquerque. If you live in Albuquerque and you haven't gone to see Rudy Boy, you're missing out. He's an entertainer. He is the man, the legend. And the Philly show was super well attended. Thanks to everybody who came out. Thanks to the few people that got some stuff from us. We appreciate you all. And is that it, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it for today, everybody. We appreciate you. Penny and I will not be here next week. Like I said, we're going to some really good friends' wedding. We're very excited about it. It'll be a good time. And we will see you in a couple weeks. Although I think in a couple weeks it's going to be Thanksgiving. That's all up in the air. Stay tuned. We will be back, I promise. I'm going to go out on this tee here, maybe with the phase pedal out and a little overdrive. Let's see what happens when I do this. It's going to be scary. Missed that one. There it is.